How's it, guys? Another beautiful day, another beautiful dive. Out here in one of our regular spots. Me and one of my dive partners, Penny. First thing we jumped in, ran into these big school of koalas, good sized koalas. Penny ends up getting an opportunity, and can see here he actually takes the shot and lands the fish. I missed him taking the shot, but he landed a real nice koala. My first drop, a little bit further on the outside. Again, a place that I dive kind of a lot. So I know that this area holds moo, a lot of different kinds of goats, Joe Lewis's, kumus. In fact, we'll see a Joe Louis, pretty good sized Joe Louis kind of swing in, but I was a little bit more focused on the moo in the background. If I had been a little bit better prepared, positioned for that moo, I think I could have maybe taken a shot that first thing, but you can see he kind of scoots away. You can see a pretty good sized Joe Louis right up here in the front, right in my face. But again, I was kind of looking for that moo. Actually, end up taking a lunge, really long, take a little long shot, and big whiff. My second drop here, coming down, there's a nice little like rock with a ledge underneath it. Always holds a lot of mempachi, usually you see kumus here. The school moo you can see kind of in the background. Just lay flat. Not really trying to grunt or anything, call anything in. Really just trying to play it for the moos. You can see a couple kumus right up in front. They're a little smaller than what I would have shot, so just let them go. Kind of debate taking this koala right here, but let it go this time. Right here, Pen is taking a draw. Same area, a little bit different position. So I'm trying to watch him, but at the same time, I'm just trying to be aware of the area. Thought I heard a boat or something, but just tripping up. You can see Penne kind of sitting right on top of the rocks here, just scoping it. I think if he had a little bit better position, maybe a little bit lower, probably could have got something to come in. But he comes up, lets me know what he's up to. So as soon as he comes up, I decided I would go down after him. A lot of times when we come up off the bottom, the fish that kind of shy away, they gather back up. Good opportunity, just trying to see what might come in. You can see I didn't run my 3-prong, but it's a good area for mempachi and yellow ecole. So I'm here kind of in the same spot he was, but again, I'm just a little bit more tucked in under these rocks. End up seeing one of the koalas come in. Not quite close enough for me just to take a shot. So I end up lunging. Boom, and snap the quick shot. So you might have seen as I was coming up, my line actually got stuck inside the reef. But I have it on my belt so I can just pop it off real quick. So trying another drop, a little bit further out, away from that last spot we were at. Just trying for those moves. So you're gonna see my move technique here, but kind of not well executed. You can see I propped my gun up here. Then I stare at these rocks real hard. Now, normally I would have liked to stay down a little bit longer, but I was feeling a little rushed this time. So I came up a little early, kind of came up quick too, and you saw that move that was right up in front of me. I think if I had waited longer, they might have come in. But this time, no go. This next drop, again, I was kind of chasing those moves around, and they actually ended up coming in right underneath me. So I tried to do a drop. Try to get a drop shot. Not really something I do for move too often. But you can see here, maybe I could have taken a shot, but I wasn't really feeling it. So the moves escaped me. At this point, I was kind of getting tired of the slow diving, trying to hunt those moves, so I decided we would kind of move on. Hopefully run into something like a uku or a little bit more action. So this is another drop, a little bit deeper drop. Was just kind of spocking it out. Never have too much fish, but wanted to check it out. Saw this little patch of sand. Decided I would do a quick drop. I kind of pulled off a little early at this point, and I realized I was a little high. You can see how I float in. Couple grunts. But nothing shows up. Just guesstimating, but right around that 50, 55 foot mark. So this is a spot that we like diving a lot. There's this big ledge, tends to hold a lot of fish, big schools of palanis, big schools of kalas. Also tend to find uluas here, or milus just kind of cutting through. So Penny ends up spotting this school. Palani's does a quick drop. Sitting above the ledge. I think he tried to line up a shot, but kind of an awkward position. At this point, I wasn't 100% if he had landed a shot, but I decided to drop behind him. You'll see me glance over just to check if he has a fish on his line, if he needs help. No fish, but I was determined. I'm trying to slow cruise in because sometimes there's the uluas or omilus kind of tucked in under this shelf. Don't see anything here. Little cave. Ulamimpachi. I decided I'm gonna take one of these palanis. I'm looking for a shot. End up getting a top-down shot on this guy. he kind of runs back into the reef, and so I was kind of worried that he would get wrapped up, but I swim out a little bit and ends up swimming straight out. So this is a big crack. Had the potential, looked like it might hold uluas. So I decided I would do a little drop, but I have my small gun on me, so kind of hard to see. But right when I get into the shadow, right here, I spot a couple uluas way back. I turn up top and it got something big inside. And then I have to gun it up to try and grab my big gun. I could have tried maybe taking a shot, but I was a little worried. I don't want to lose my gun. So it's us just kind of trying to reposition. As we're repositioning, Penny ends up spotting them kind of swimming out, and I spot them on the outside, but it looked like they turned back in to go back inside the house, but I end up checking here. The current was real mild today. So right here I spot them at the bottom. Decide to take my job. Looking back, I would have tried to drop from the outside in the first place. Maybe swing wide, but again, I wasn't sure that there would be ulo inside here, and I wasn't really prepared. Come in, cruising in real slow. Check under the shelf, but no luck. Look up and give him the sign and got empty. So while I had swapped out my gun, I actually forgot to clip my float line back on. So but when I realized, I looked out and realized my float had drifted away. Didn't want to lose it, so I'm after it. Had my gun clipped to it, so had to make the run. Ended up running into a ava here. Can't really see it in the video, but I was trying to wave it in. Kinda didn't give me the time of day, but actually don't know how you shoot these like free swimming avas. If anybody knows, let me know. So this is back on the shelf. Just sparking it again. We end up drifting along, kind of cruising the deep end. Just watching. Hoping something might show up. Wasn't sure if I was filming, so double check. Right here I found another spot. Maybe might hold ulua. Decided to put to practice what I had in mind. Did a wide swing. Could have gone a little bit further to the outside, but wasn't really feeling it. Right here, we actually has two exits, so one on the inside, one on the outside. So Pen is actually waiting on the inside, just watching. Maybe if there's uluas inside, if they gun out the back, he might get a shot. So you can see this cave was packed with Nenues and Palanis, good sized Nenues and Palanis, but no uluas. And I wasn't really looking to shoot Nenue today, so I ended up just letting them go. You can see we had really good visibility today. And it does a little drop. I end up switching spots with him. Just want to check the back of the cave. So I usually dive with my float line clipped onto my hip. I need to get me a drop weight or something, but it's just kind of what I got used to. So I used to dive with it clipped to my gun all the time, but with the reel it's kind of unnecessary. But diving with the line clipped to my hip, you gotta be really careful, gotta be aware of where you're at. And I'm always really careful, ready to take it off whenever I tuck myself into these like tight little cracks. I know there's a potential that I can get wrapped up. So I just want to be ready to unclip. This is a little further on. Found this little crack. Didn't really look like it was a cave, but I decided to go down and check it anyway. You can see it was holding a lot of Palanis. I seen a school from the surface of fish. Thought it might have been Aholehole, but when I got down to the bottom, I realized it was just a school of Mempachi. End up repositioning, grunting, kind of hoping that a uku or something might come in. But again, no luck. Penna ends up doing a drop right after me. So just watch him. Whenever my partner's like heading down, I always like to scan the area. Make double sure nothing showing up, sharks or any potential fish. Maybe I could let him know. He actually ends up shooting one of these Mempachi. They're really good size actually, so if we had our 3 prongs, we probably would have whacked this for a while. So this is pretty late in the dive. We've been on here for a couple hours now. But overall, just a really beautiful dive. Do a couple more drops after this. So this is a deep drop I decided to do. Just off the shelf. End up shooting another Nenue. Wasn't really expecting too much, wasn't seeing too much action. Still had that Alva kind of cruising around. Right here, just a couple schools of one of my last drops. A lot of schools of Valihu up on the surface. We had also been sitting in this current for a while. Overall, just feeling really blessed. Bubbles and jellyfish. Amazing dive. Beautiful conditions. A lot of life, real mild. Just wasn't sure. Couldn't ask for anything better. I actually get to the bottom and I full stretch my dive line. 75-foot dive line. A little bit of a drift to it. So this right here is probably around 70 feet. Same area, just cruising along the edge. We end up running into this guy. Real cool guy, asked if he could jump in with us right around the end of our dive, so we're like, oh, guarantee. Big ocean, plenty of space. Can see these blue bubbles. Blue bubbles everywhere. But good to have another diver. Always safer if you get partners, so Can be awkward rolling up on someone while they're diving, but if you ever need anything, you shouldn't be afraid to ask. So yeah, until next time, all walk and all we hope.